Shalom. Happy Sabbath. Sabbat. Shabbat. Shabbat unto everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. Greetings to the brothers and the sisters, to the gods and the goddesses. Silica. Mirror technology. This is what we're going to be talking about, folks. And we hit on portals and what mirrors really are and how you are looking at the illusion of your covering, and that's the fake world. You're not supposed to worry about what you look like, okay? That's a false imprisonment, a false trajectory that you are coming up with answers with. That's not even the real you. So, some people think they ugly. Some people think they fat. Some people want muscles. Some people, I don't know what you people look in the mirror and what you see and what you tell yourself. But that's what we're talking about. And if you know that what you are looking at is a trajectory image, then why would you care? Because it's not the real you. You see how the sorcery of this world flips, reverse, and not tells you the truth to everything. I mean, everything. So don't let me tell you. Now, in Job chapter 37, verse 18, it says, the earth is like a molten looking glass in the cosmos. Compressed hydrogen, silica, dust particles can make these things. It's a show called Lock and Key. It's like sorcery and stuff. But it shows us how these demons and devils incarnate comes into the flesh. It's a key to you stick it in someone's neck. You take control over their body. It's a key where you stick it in the glass and you walk right through it like a portal. See, these are knowing in part and prophesying in part. But it's not looked at it like that because, it's science fiction, it's a movie. But dude, can't nothing come outside of you unless it's already in you. And so let's just get a look at what we're saying here. Look, the kid's smiling, but he not. See what I'm saying? Antique shops, you better be careful what you buy.
Mom, इधर आइए. क्या हुआ? देखिए.
It's a different language, but we want to see the picture.
अजीब है. क्या है ये? इस शीशे में कुछ गड़बड़ है क्या?
मॉम, मुझे नहीं लगता आपको अंदर जाना चाहिए. मॉम.
Went right through the mirror. Y'all saw that, right? It's a portal. All right, now let's see what silica is. Abundant natural material, crystalline silica is found in stone, soil, or sand. That's the earth right there. So there go your element of demonic force. That's just one. Found in concrete, brick, and mortar, and other construction materials. Crystalline silica comes from several forms, which is quartz, which is in your watches. The ones without the battery, the Rolex. Saying things got mind of its own. Silicone technology. The element silicon is used extensively as a semiconductor in solid state devices in the computer or microelectronics industries. For this, hyper pure silicon is needed. The silicon is selectively doped with tiny amounts of boron, gallium, phosphorus, arsenic to control its electrical properties. Now, a friend of mine, God, by golly, there's so many of y'all. I forgot his name, and so many of y'all comment and leave messages that I couldn't find them. But on my YouTube, we're going to be going over Claytronics. He sent me a message and said, hey, Brother BC, what the spirit inside of you, the Holy Ghost, know about the Claytronics. And today, that's what we call graphene particles of the nano. You know what I'm saying? But back then, about 15 years ago, it was called Claytronics, which what Daniel said, the iron and the clay going to be mixing together, and that's going to be a a blasphemous time. So, you know, that's what we're showing you right now. Super soldiers and portals and stuff that these people are making, and is making you go dumb crazy. And you think it's natural. You think it's you. Really isn't. These things were put on you.
We always looked at the water to interpret, to do divination work. And when we needed to get a reflection of our image, we would create waterways in front of us because we were more tuned to elements. If we didn't create river falls or waterways in front of us, so what's a waterway? A waterway is basically when you tap into the element of water and you create just a nice flow, like a nice waterfall of water, but in front of you. But it's not connected to like nothing solid. It's connected strictly to the astral realm, okay? Because water is pervasive all throughout the cosmos. So we would do it that way, or when we was down here in the physical, if we happen to come down here or go to another planet and manifest physically, we always use the natural water. All right, when you go to a pond, when you go to a lake, the water gives you a natural reflection of yourself. Okay. Also, a certain crystals that we use that will give us natural reflections of ourselves. You can look at yourself in a hematite crystal. All right, certain quartz you put yourself in. So this is the ancient way of using a mirror. Now, the new mirrors that we know, the ones we see that we put in the houses, the ones we see in our bathrooms, the ones that people keep in their pocket to look at their reflection. These are all negative entities that frequent these holographic worlds, because these images, these mirrors were made out of glass. Okay, and to understand what is glass made out of? Glass is made out of sand. Okay, but what type of sand? Silica sand, to be exact. Now, if you used to pull out your MacBook and go to what is silica sand, Google says silica sand is a granular material that contains, I got it put right here. Silica sand is a granular material that contains quartz crystals and minimum amounts of coal, clay, and other minerals. Okay, it is also known as quartz sand and industrial sand, and it's largely used in several construction applications. The presence of silica sand on metal materials can be a source of crevice corrosion on those metals. Pay attention to that. Silica sand is a bad thing. All right, metal is natural. You have metal in you. Notice how the last sentence says that the presence of silica sand on metal materials can be a source of crevice, meaning it will lead to corrosion of the metals. Okay, that's all I need that for. All right, so you don't need that anymore. All right, so I was just telling you that the mirrors we have today are made out of glass, and the specific glass that are used for mirrors, that glass is made out of silica sand. Okay, silica sand is a form of quartz, but it's one of the quartz that they were able to get their hands on. And they remember they have a lot of our enchantments and our spells. So what they did was, when they was working with the Moors, they sat down and they did a lot of what's called alchemy. All right, now you got two different forms of alchemy. You got mental alchemy, which is the ability to transmute situations. All right, so let's say somebody sent bad energy your way. When you take that bad energy, you're able to transmute it and turn it into a good thing or use it to your benefit. That's called mental alchemy. However, the original alchemy, though, because mental alchemy is a more advanced form of magic, right, in alchemy. Basic alchemy is the ability to transmute base metals to gold, or to transmute any metal into whatever you want it to be. All right, for that matter. So you have to understand that they were using alchemy to transmute our certain quartz crystals that we had. Now, they couldn't do it with majority of our crystals, but some of the lower vibratory crystals they were able to do it with. All right. So what they were doing was, once they were able to transmute it, they were able to create an alternate realm to mimic this realm, but with intelligence. Okay. So when you think of a mirror has intelligence. A lot of people are not aware of how much intelligence that a mirror actually possesses, but it has a lot of intelligence. Right? And mirrors are occupied and full of fallen angels, tricksters, gypsies, and genies. All right, the exact genies that live in mirrors would be the red genies, to be exact, because the red genies are some of the most low vibrational, or what we like to call evil genies of the genies. You got three different types of genies. Okay, and for those individuals that maybe grew up in the Islamic religion, you call them jinn in Islam. But this is a real thing. These are fallen entities, malevolent spiritual beings. All right, they call them jinn in Arabic. They call them jinn in the Islamic religion, but we might know them as genies. So you got three types of genies. You got green genies, you got blue genies, and you got red genies. The blue genies are the good genies. Most of the blue genies, they are like, they can be tricksters too, but they are mostly big on actually fulfilling the wishes of human beings. All right, the God species, we didn't ever have to go to the genies for no source of help because we create just like the genies can create. So this is where they get the whole idea of Aladdin from. Okay, of Aladdin from. All right, and remember, what did Aladdin do? What was the genie? And the genie was in what? That little kettle. And when he first rubbed it, he seen his reflection, a mirror image of himself, before he even opened it up to let the genie out. Okay. Now you got green genies. Green genies deal in filth. They're not inside the mirrors. They're not inside the mirror realm. The green genies like to be in your home, wherever it's a lot of trash, wherever it's a lot of filth. All right. Wherever it's a lot of bad hygiene at, that's where you're going to find the green genies at. That's what they bask in, and they love depression. All right. So whenever you see a lot of people real deep depression, you got to understand those are green genies that are really working on them. The green genies are the ones that actually deal with what we know as depression. All right. They're the ones who create that source of energy. All right. And they also are the ones that play a heavy part in talking souls, tricking souls into committing suicide. These are your green genies. Right? Now, your red genies are the ones that live inside the mirrors. These are some of the most evil genies, all right? Because they are tricksters too, but they are malevolent beings, unlike the blue genies that can go either way. And when you're dealing with these mirrors, you are not looking at your true reflection, all right? You have genies who are shooting a reflection back toward you of what they want you to see of yourself. All right, that's why there's an ancient saying that says, hey, when you look in the mirror, you're looking at how you looked 10 minutes ago. All right, that's what they tell you about mirrors. All right, but these genies live within these mirrors, right? Not just genies, but some of the more powerful fallen entities, right? And they like to lure souls into that holographic realm. This is why. What is it called when a person loves to stay in the mirror? What do we say about that person? We call that vanity, right? Like that's a vain individual. That's a narcissist. They love themselves so much they always in the mirror. Well, most people that have that issue is not that they are loving themselves. They have fell under the spell of these red genies, all right, and these fallen entities that live within the mirror, all right. Why do you think some of the most horrific movies that ever come out involve mirrors? All right, you have Poltergeist that involve mirrors, okay? Because mirrors lead to holographic realms and dimensions. All right, remember what they are made out of: silica sand. Okay, silica sand is made out of a quartz that has been transmuted into a negative frequency. All right, so you have movies like Candyman. In order to summon him, he was a demonic, he was a satanic force. In order to summon Candyman, what did they have to do? They had to go look in the mirror, say his name 5 times with the lights off. The same thing with the ancient story of Bloody Mary. For those who remember that, when we was kids, you didn't want to go in the bathroom and look in the mirror and say Bloody Mary 5 times because they said she'll pop out the mirror and cut you. It was the same thing with Candyman. But we never asked ourselves, why? Why a mirror? They tell you on Google, if you look it up, that a mirror just reflects light back to you, but that's a lie. It's a way deeper thing that's going on with a mirror, because you have to understand that you have all these entities creating these alternate realities, okay? You got mirrors, you can lose yourself inside of a mirror, all right? You got mirrors that actually, when people go in the store, call them to the mirror. And you be thinking, oh, let me get that mirror. I had to get that mirror. But you don't know there's entities behind that silica sand, that quartz calling you. A mirror is a magical thing, but it's low frequency. It's low frequency magic, though. All right, it's low frequency magic, and you got to understand that you are dealing with. You're not looking at your real image when you're looking in the mirror. Okay, you are not looking at your complete divine image of your most beautiful self. This is why most people look in the mirror. They get down. They want more muscles. They want more muscles, or they want to gain weight. They want to lose weight. They're not as happy with themselves as they could be because they always in the goddamn mirror, not understanding that you have certain frequencies and beings that exist in that world. The mirror is a holographic realm. Okay, it's a holographic realm. They even had a movie out called you can go check it out. It's called Insidious. And in Insidious, the father went into the astral realm, and when he went into the astral realm, he was still in his house because that's how it looks in the astral realm. He left his body, went in his house, and went into the astral realm to try to go save his son. All right. When he went into the astral realm, he opened his eyes. He was in his house. He had to leave outside of his house, and he was, walking through this astral realm trying to go find his son, fighting against these devils. All right. Well, it was a witch, if you want to call it that, or malevolent spirits, I like to call them, that have been chasing him since he was a kid. Well, guess what? The malevolent spirit could never get her hands on him because she yearned to live again. Remember, you have a lot of disembodied spirits and souls that yearn to live again, and they live behind this mirror realm too. We like to call it the gray world. A lot of your dismembered and disembodied souls, right? They exist in what you know as the mirror realm, right? And that's why in the movie Insidious, after he saved his son, and he was running back to his body so that he could come back to the physical plane, he got caught in what? The mirror. And he seen the lady that was chasing him, and he started yelling at the lady, he started cussing the lady out, the whole 4,000 live viewers. Y'all came in late night with it. Let's give it up for University. I ain't thinking to be that many of y'all ain't on late night, but I see y'all later. I love y'all like I love myself. We all want peace reflection. All right, thank you. But when in it.
So as you can see, the stuff is in your technology. I just showed you that. And microelectronics. So if you couldn't take the mirror or understand the actual presence behind that's reaching out to you to make you feel this way, and you look at the holographical artificial intelligence and you say, I want more muscles, and really you're a god with everything that you need. How does that look to us? Does it, right? Don't look too good, does it? So just wanted to show you that Holy Ghost power Christ tip in a short clip. Shalom, blessings unto everybody. If you like, please share. I'm BC the Tishvite, BC the Hebrew, Hamashiach Productions, Ruach HaKodesh Entertainment. You can find us right here on YouTube, HSE-TV Entertainment. Y'all enjoy y'all Shabbat weekend. Shalom, Christ blessings.